I don't have my Bible out. Been a very tough, terrible, horrible night. And we're getting more snow here in western New York. You can possibly see it starting to fall again. We had nowhere to go. We were blessed to have a room for 4 days. We were blessed in a lot of ways, but we have to be back out here again. Now, we're going to actually hang out at a day center today, and I'm praying I can get some more sleep. And I'm going to tell you, in the book of Revelation, many of you are missing something about, I will tell you, this is a form of targeting, having to be out here, having nowhere to live. I am blacklisted. I cannot get a job. I could not get a job. And I'm not going to take a vaccine. I'm not going to do a COVID test to get a job. I think I can say that much at this point. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And for any of you who are mocking me because I made that choice, I'd rather make the right choice. And I'd rather stay as far away from sin as I possibly can and stay as far away from taking the mark of the beast as much as I can. And if a lot of you think I'm crazy for that, or you just don't really believe we're in the tribulation, it don't seem like we are. But we are. That's why I'm here. That's why he's over here. But in order to endure, the book of Revelation talks about, here is wisdom. Let him who has wisdom calculate that number. But it also, the wisdom, we have to operate in the Spirit. We have to operate in the Spirit with wisdom. We have to learn how to work the system we're in. We have to learn how to work it and to work through it. We can't just be haphazard with empty, vain words that people cannot understand. We must be wise in our dealings. And that's what I'm trying to teach Dawid here. And this is Chris. Hey, blessings, Chris. It's time to start operating in wisdom. It's going to snow in Los Angeles, but guess what? It's snowing in western New York, and you shouldn't be shocked about that because it snows here. And I'm not going to get. I want to catch the bus. There's a bus. I'm not going to put any people on here, but you can see it's snowing in western New York. It's about 15 degrees. It's 15 degrees right now. And we're going to be at a day center today, so don't worry. We're not going to die out here. But in some parts of town, it's still so icy. Most internal neighborhood streets are still icy. Thomas, blessings to you. Yeah, Thomas, I'd like to be in a spot where I could do that. We're in western New York, Buffalo. And most internal neighborhood streets are iced over.
Yeah.
And you can't bike on them. You can't do anything on them. Shabbat Shalom.
Trails are
and
pretty
so
iced over too.
A lot of these bike trails are iced over pretty good too.
Yep.
And the temperatures will get a little bit better, but maybe in about a week or so. We're going to be stuck here in Buffalo. We're going to be stuck here in Buffalo till maybe it gets a little warmer. There's a lot of things I'm not happy about right now. I'm not going to discuss them in detail because I just don't want to work that way. But we're going to be at a day center today. We were at a night center. I don't really like shelters, and I would have rather found a bridge to go under. And we got adequate blankets and stuff. Our cart's being worked on by a welder who volunteered to do it, and another person's holding some of our stuff. Thomas, I think we're going to have what we need as far as that's concerned right now. Yeah, biggest concern is we finally, for the last time, probably lost the electronics bag. It had a lot of our stuff in it that for electronics and charging, and we're out of that now. And there were some other things in there we lost too. And it's not to say that it might not show up once Dad has to go back over there today. But we lost a lot of valuable stuff last night trying to navigate through this and checking out of the hotel and then coming all the way down here, and didn't get here till 2 in the morning because I had trouble with the cart. It's been a very bad weekend. To me, there really is no Shabbat Shalom. But I can tell you, this is part of the targeting. I'm not gonna take a zinger in my arm. I'm not gonna take a zinger in my arm or take a test zinger in my arm.
Or a nose.
Or take a swab in my nose just to get a job that's not going to last, because this dollar ain't going to last. Dollar collapse coming. I'd rather be out in this. And I will tell you, see, it's snowing in western New York. I'm just putting it on the bus so you could see the snow from behind the bus that's over here. You could see the snow. I don't know what else to say, but in order to endure through the tribulation we're in, we have to operate with wisdom. We can't be haphazard. We can't be foolish. And I have been very angry the last 2 or 3 days, and I have to confess, I was brought to cussing. It's not right to do that. It's also not right to listen to an elder's wisdom. And both sides are wrong on that part. I am not happy. We have, in order to endure, we have to operate with wisdom. We can't just be haphazard. Now, I'm gonna tell you, he over here has been haphazard, and you got to pray for him to stop doing that. Because I've blown my top for him. We're out here because of his haphazardness. He's gonna have to admit that. He's sitting here right next to me listening to the live stream, and we already know we're going to be persecuted. We don't need to add to our persecution foolishness, foolish talk, foolish meddling, foolish. We got to focus on the gospel. I'll tell you, this morning, I felt my soul slipping away. And I said, oh God, oh no, don't let my soul slip away. I don't want my soul to slip away. I'll tell you what, you're going to feel that kind of thing going on inside of you as you endure more suffering and affliction. You're going to feel like your soul is slipping away. Now, we're going to be here in Buffalo probably longer than I wanted us to be. I want to send him back west because he's going to be happier going west. I'm going to have to go this whole trail east by myself, but it's because he's not happy here. But he's going to have to hang out here so long as it's got this kind of weather. It's going to be very difficult to travel. Martial law is coming. I guarantee you very soon, if they can do weaponized weather in LA, and it already snows here, and they can weaponize the snow here, then I am expecting a martial law to happen very soon. I'm not going to have anybody with me probably during martial law. I'm going to be by myself, and I'm going to pray that I can get out of these cities by the time it happens and by the time the lockdowns occur. I really want to be on some mountain or something. I really do. I want to be on a mountain, and if I'm alone, I'm alone. If the ravens are feeding me, the ravens are feeding me. Or if something else is feeding me that God sends, I do that. But I don't want to be in these cities during martial law. Our people just hate each other in the cities. They hate each other. People honk. You get honked at here in Buffalo. You get cussed at. You get just like any other city. Anyway, I do want to bid you Shabbat Shalom. I don't have my Bible out. I don't have a scripture to read. We got to get in the day center, and we got to get warmed back up. It's in the high teens right now here. It's probably about 15 to 18 degrees. But you could see the snow piling up on my head here. I want to thank you all for coming on. But again, I'm showing you the example that, and please, more thumbs up. I'm going to show you the example. And Humbug, blessings to you. And a Good Samaritan, greetings, blessings to you. Thank you for being here. Thomas has been on here. Chris has been on here. Good Samaritan, Humbug, thank you very much for being on YouTube. Please give us some thumbs up. I'm going to tell you what. The longer we go through the tribulation and you haven't taken the mark of the beast, it's not that I want that for you, but it's going to be throughout this persecution period. It's going to be more and more likely you're out here like I am in Western New York. We ain't got nowhere else to go. We're not afraid. I'm not afraid. Be ready for a persecution. This is just the early stages of persecution for many of us. And if you're still able to be in your house, well, blessings to you. I'll be glad for you. Yep, the CDBC, that's correct. I'm not going to participate in that either. I'm not going to participate in a world digital currency. I will stay far away from the mark of the beast. I will stay far away from the mark of the beast. And you ought to too. You ought to too. Well, okay, it might not be, but that's coming too. Okay, if that's not what you're referring to, well, that's coming too anyway. And yeah, it is linked. It's one step in front of another. But it's very cold out here, and we're expecting to be going inside in a little bit. It's right up at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. I don't have a scripture for you today. I want to thank you. It looks like a couple of you are new here. Thank you for being here. We want to preach at the hockey match tomorrow if we can. Blessings to you, Thomas. Yes, please pray, because we're being tested right now, and we're having to make assessments about how we can become more godly and root out sin out of our very being. And we've all got something. And my hands are getting cold, so I'm going to end the live stream. Please pray. Hockey match tomorrow, if we can get to it. If we can do it. And pray for many others. The day center's opening. Shabbat Shalom and peace.